Hi, Vicki. This is Twyla Wilzinski, and I want to talk about your discussion post. First, I want to mention that I appreciate your organization of your paper. You had a definite introduction, the middle, and the closure, and I appreciate that. I aspire to write that way, but sometimes in these I forget that layout. But anyway, I want to let you know that I appreciate that. It was easy to read and understand. Okay, so I want to talk about three of the videos in that these presenters spoke of issues within their broadly defined populations that enhanced our cultural knowledge of their lifestyles, and as you called it, or as you said, the acculturation process that they went through to make adjustments to their new normal. The military couple had to make adjustments to their lives when they experienced unexpected hardships that the military lifestyle brought to them, such as the low pay, the separations from each other, and inferior housing, and the challenges of single parenting for her as she stayed home through her husband's deployments. It even seemed to me that there had been a noticeable difference between what was promised to the pilot and what he actually experienced. Hence, they gave advice to counsel those thinking about the military to look beyond the recruiter's promises to find out what military life was really all about prior to joining. Their message, the culture of military life, is much different than that of the civilian life. Then Benny Ray described her previous way of life, her culture, to be one of blissful ignorance, avoidance of confrontation, stuffing her anger, and sinking into depression, and thinking her obedience to God would ensure that God would work all things out according to what she wanted. However, her new normal in the acculturation process included facing up to the facts, confronting her husband, expressing her anger, and realizing God gave all people free will, and they were not always going to do the things that she wanted, or things in itself weren't always going to work out the way she wanted. Jay's childhood culture of abandonment, unforgiveness, and early sexual addiction brought him to repeat cyclic destructive behaviors of addiction in order to fill his legitimate needs. His acculturation process of becoming free of addictions taught him about forgiveness and that Christ was all that he needed all along. Christ was what he was looking for all along. This last one that I want to mention is Sandra Christmas, and I really enjoyed her. The way she presented her before life, her culture in Christianity, the way she thought, and then her realization, her new culture, because of the acculturation process that she went through, her new understanding of what it was to be a true Christian. While she had had a prior vertical relationship with God, her new cultural perspective became one that realized that without the horizontal relationship with people, she was not fully loving God. I think many Christians are in this cultural understanding, and without the intimacy of the Lord and that establishing the horizontal relationship and the vertical, as well as that vertical relationship with God, then there's really not true authentic Christianity. But I really like the way she presented that. And prior to her acculturation, she was afraid of civil authority and the ministry in the process and the prisons that God was calling her to. But after her full submission to God and pressing through her fear, she began to realize that the women she ministered to were just like her, and now she loves them and enjoys ministering to them. I really like the way she made that presentation, and she definitely became changed from a fearful woman with her own preconceived ideas about Christianity into a full, mature Christian that fully loved God and people the way we're supposed to. All right. Well, God bless you, Vicki. I enjoyed reading your post and being able to use it as a basis to springboard off of in my understanding of this acculturation process. All right. Thanks. Bye. God bless.